All right, let's talk about city riding. Not highways, not twisty mountain roads. The city, tight lanes, buses, delivery vans, rideshare drivers doing whatever they want, pedestrians stepping off curbs like they're immortal. City riding is where rookie mistakes show up fast and punish you immediately. I'm Matthew, this is Autozium, and today we're breaking down 5 rookie mistakes to avoid in the city. These are the mistakes that make riding feel exhausting, stressful, and way more dangerous than it needs to be. And yeah, I've made every single one of these. Let's get into it. Rookie mistake 1: riding at the same pace as traffic without thinking. This is one of the most common city riding traps because it feels responsible. You look around, everyone's moving at roughly the same speed. No one's honking. Nothing feels urgent. So you match the flow and settle in. And that's exactly where the danger starts. In the city, traffic speed is not stability, it's volatility. Cars don't move smoothly like they do on highways. They surge, hesitate, brake suddenly, drift across lanes, and stop for reasons you can't see yet. When you simply match the pace of traffic, you surrender control of timing. You're no longer riding proactively, you're riding reactively. That means every surprise hits you late. The car in front brakes hard because they spotted a pedestrian at the last second. A rideshare driver swerves toward the curb. A delivery van suddenly stops with no signal. If you're riding at the same pace with minimal space, your only option is panic braking. And city riding punishes panic immediately. Good city riders manage speed independently. Sometimes that means riding slightly slower than traffic to build a cushion. Not crawling, just enough space so that sudden braking doesn't feel like an emergency. Other times, it means gently moving ahead to escape a bad pocket of vehicles. Maybe there's a bus boxed on one side, parked cars on the other, and impatient drivers behind you. Staying there is risk. Moving out of it is control. This isn't about speeding, it's about positioning yourself in time. Speed is a tool, not a rule. When you ride with intention, you're always asking, what's likely to happen next? Where do I want space? What's my exit if this goes wrong? Matching traffic speed without thinking answers none of those questions. City riding rewards riders who create space, not those who blend in. Rookie mistake number 2: poor lane positioning. You can tell a beginner rider by their lane position before you ever see how they brake or corner. They're either hugging the edge of the lane, or sitting dead center, or drifting aimlessly with no clear reason. None of that is intentional, and in the city, unintentional positioning gets punished. Lane position isn't just about where your tires are, it's about communication. Your position tells drivers where you are, whether they've noticed you, how much space they'll give you, whether they think they can squeeze past you. New riders often ride near the curb because it feels polite, like they're out of the way. In reality, that puts you in the door zone, hides you behind parked cars, and invites drivers to crowd you. Others sit dead center by default, even when it puts them directly behind a car's blind spot or lines them up with road debris and oil. Good city riders choose their lane position constantly. Parked cars on the right? Shift left. Oncoming traffic turning across your lane? Move for visibility. Narrow lane with aggressive drivers? Own the space so they don't try to squeeze past. Lane position changes every few seconds in the city. It's dynamic, not fixed. And here's the key part beginners miss. Lane position creates escape routes. If you're boxed between a curb and a car, you have no options. If you're positioned with open space beside you, you have choices. City riding is about options. Lane position is how you buy them. Rookie mistake number 3: target fixation in tight spaces. City riding overloads your vision. Cars everywhere, curbs inches away, mirrors sticking out, buses swallowing lanes, pedestrians stepping off sidewalks without looking. And when new riders feel overwhelmed, they do the most natural thing possible. They stare at the problem: the curb, the pole, the parked car door, the narrowing gap, and the bike goes exactly where they're looking. Target fixation isn't a skill issue, it's a human one. Your brain locks on to perceived danger, and your body follows. The problem is that motorcycles don't care what scares you. They go where you direct them. When you stare at a curb, you drift toward it. When you fixate on a closing gap, you freeze. When you look at the obstacle instead of the exit, your options disappear. Good city riders train their eyes differently. They don't ignore hazards. They acknowledge them briefly and then move their vision to space. Open lane, clear path, escape route, where they want the bike to go. Your eyes should be active, not locked. Scanning far ahead, checking mirrors, looking for movement patterns, spotting space before you need it. Here's a simple rule that changes everything. Look for space, not danger. The danger will always be there. Space is what saves you. When your vision leads calmly, your body relaxes. When your body relaxes, the bike becomes precise. And when the bike is precise, tight city riding stops feeling chaotic. Rookie mistake number 4, braking late and hard. This mistake usually shows up right before a stoplight, an intersection, or a sudden slowdown. And it's one of the fastest ways city riding turns stressful. Here's how it usually plays out. A new rider cruises toward a red light or a line of cars. Everything seems fine. There's time. No rush. Then suddenly, oh, that's closer than I thought. So they grab the brakes late, hard. All at once, the front end dives. The bike pitches forward. The suspension compresses abruptly. The bars feel heavy. Balance gets shaky. And now, instead of calmly stopping, the rider is managing chaos at walking speed. This isn't because beginners don't know how to brake. It's because city riding punishes late decisions. Cars can brake late because they're stable on 4 wheels. Motorcycles need time to settle. Late, aggressive braking doesn't just slow the bike, it destabilizes it. The suspension doesn't have time to load smoothly. The tires don't get progressive grip. Everything happens at once, and the bike feels like it's fighting you. That's when feet come down awkwardly. That's when bikes wobble. That's when drops happen at 0 miles per hour. Good city riders brake early and softly. Not slow, not timid, deliberate. They roll off the throttle sooner. They apply brake pressure progressively. They give the bike time to settle before stopping. This does 2 important things. First, it keeps the bike balanced. The suspension compresses smoothly, not violently. The tires stay planted. The steering stays light. Second, it buys you options. When you brake early, you can still adjust. You can ease off. You can steer. You can respond if traffic changes. When you brake late and hard, all your attention is consumed by not falling over. And here's the part most new riders miss. Late braking also messes with the riders behind you. In the city, sudden braking makes drivers nervous. Nervous drivers follow closer, react late, and crowd you at stops. Smooth braking communicates confidence and predictability, and drivers respond to that. Another problem with late braking is that it creates panic habits. If every stop feels rushed, your body learns tension. You start gripping harder. You anticipate instability. You brace instead of flow. And now even normal stops feel uncomfortable. City riding doesn't reward last-second reactions. It rewards calm timing. If you fix nothing else about braking, fix this. Slow your thinking down before you slow the bike down. See the light early. Plan the stop. Let the bike work with you. The smoother you brake, the calmer everything becomes. Rookie mistake number 5, stopping without a plan. This is one of the most dangerous city habits, and it's so subtle that most beginners don't even realize they're doing it. They stop. That's it. No thought beyond, I'm stopped. In a car, that's fine. On a motorcycle, it's risky. New riders roll up to lights and stops and just stop. They stop centered in the lane. They click into neutral. They relax. They look forward. They mentally check out. But traffic doesn't stop being dangerous just because your wheels aren't moving. Experienced city riders understand something critical. Stopping is still riding. When a skilled rider approaches a red light, they're already making decisions. Where am I stopping? Which side of the lane gives me an escape? What's behind me? What's my plan if someone doesn't stop? They offset in the lane, usually to one side. They leave space in front. They stay in gear. They watch their mirrors. Not because they're paranoid, because they're prepared. New riders often stop dead center behind the car in front. That feels normal. It's what you do in a car. But on a motorcycle, that puts you directly in line with the vehicle behind you. If that driver is distracted, tired, or impatient, you're the crumple zone. Offsetting your stop gives you an out, a shoulder, a gap, a place to go. Staying in gear means you're ready to move instantly. Neutral means delay. Delay means vulnerability. Another problem with stopping without a plan is balance. City streets aren't perfect. They slope, they're slick, they're uneven, they're covered in oil near intersections. When you stop casually, you often put your foot down without checking the surface. Gravel, paint, oil, now your solid stop isn't so solid anymore. Intentional stops reduce drops. You slow earlier. You feel the surface. You choose where your foot goes. You stay composed. And here's something no one tells beginners: stopping relaxed is not the same as stopping disengaged. You can be calm and still alert, loose and still ready. The city rewards riders who remain mentally present at 0 miles per hour. Lights change, cars creep, people make last second decisions. If you stop like the ride is over until the light turns green, you give up control at the worst possible moment. Good city riders treat every stop as temporary. They're paused, not parked. And once you start stopping with intention, something surprising happens. Your stress level drops because you're no longer hoping nothing goes wrong. You're prepared if it does. That's the difference between surviving city riding and owning it. City riding rewards riders who think ahead, stay visible, and ride with purpose. You don't need to be aggressive. You need to be deliberate. Fix these 5 rookie mistakes, and the city stops feeling like a threat. It starts feeling manageable, predictable, even smooth. If this helped you, stick around. Autozium is about real riding skills for real roads. Drop a comment and tell me, what part of city riding messes with you the most? Ride smart. Ride calm. I'll see you in the next one.